Greetings, friends. Shannon from Catapult Consulting Group with you today. That is CatapultConsultingGroup.com. And I am on to discuss something I know every leader wants. They want a team, a group of people that work with them who are successful. And there is not a leader on this earth who would say that they do not want a team that is not highly effective, extremely productive, and able to resolve issues quickly together. Case studies, research, and data have shown that there are some key elements that are common amongst successful teams. Now, it doesn't matter the industry. It doesn't matter what type of group. It doesn't matter the type of business. It doesn't matter if you are a pro sports team, a military unit, a nonprofit, a huge corporation. These elements are consistent throughout successful teams. So I am going to talk about 5 of those elements. The first one that I want to talk about specifically has to do with how those team members feel about the other members in that group. And I'm going to call it the connection factor. Are the people in that group connecting with other people in the group? Now, the feelings of each person in that group towards the other people, if they're favorable, are going to be really evident. What am I talking about? Successful groups exhibit how they feel about other group members and how they engage and interact with those group members. What a ribbing every now and again, a side hug, a pat on the back. Also leaning in when they are discussing or talking about a specific subject. Are they leaning into each other? I know this seems like a small factor, but it's really exhibiting how they feel about the other group members. All of the group members want to engage each other, and that can be seen in how they engage each other. And so connection is the first element. The second element is community. Community really has to do with how the members of that team or group feel like they are a part of that group. You know, in great and successful teams, every member feels like they have value. Every single voice is valued. So there aren't people who do most of the talking, the 1 or 2 people who do 70% of the talking, and then you have the rest, the 6 or 7 other people who do 30, 20, 10% of the talking. No, everyone's voice is valued. And because everyone's voice is valued, everybody in the group is given the opportunity to share their ideas. And because every voice is valued, people not only feel part of the team, but they feel like the team is part of them. They have a sense of community, a sense of safety. And that is really, really an important factor in great teams. Everyone feels safe. They don't feel like they're walking on eggshells because they know that they are valued. Every voice is valued. The third one is cohesion. And cohesion has to do a little bit with camaraderie. Great teams really have a sense of camaraderie. When one person is a little bit weak, the rest of the team rallies around them and kind of takes up or buffers that weakness for them. They see themselves as one unit, and it's almost like they operate with one singular mindset. And you know, when we think about the Navy SEALs, that is one example that I think is perfect as it relates to cohesion. We know that the missions that Navy SEALs go on, oftentimes extremely dangerous. So they have such a sense of cohesion. They operate as one, they think as one, and their mission is one. And we see that in great teams because there is a level of trust and a level of transparency that has been cultivated when there is a high level of cohesion within a team. There is a unity there that is not seen in groups that are not successful. And so that is 3, cohesion. Okay, so the fourth thing is communication. Now, I know we talked about communication in 2 of the previous points made. However, the communication that I am referencing in this point is the consistency of the communication. Great teams, successful teams have consistent high levels of communication. It's not on an as needed only basis, but there's even a social element to the level of communication that people have. We're not just communicating to make sure that we're getting the job done. There's a little company that we know by the name of Google. And when Google first started off, people worked long and hard hours. They were committed. One of the things that they did on a consistent basis was have, I believe it was a game of kickball. I might be missing the actual type of game that they had out in the street, but they would break and it was on. It was a full-on game. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna be gentle with the leaders. Oh no, it was like they were out for blood. There was the camaraderie, there was the communication, there was the community, and there was the connection. And in that scenario, we can see that there was a level of not just community and connection. Everybody felt valued. Everyone came with the fullness. Nobody was walking on eggshells. Nobody felt like they had to kind of minimize their effort because the leader was there. Oh no, if the leader got pummeled, that was completely acceptable. In fact, that was the type of atmosphere that had been cultivated at Google. They wanted everyone to bring their best. They didn't mind if people were fully there and fully competitive in what they were doing. They knew that when people were free to be their best and to bring their best, that it would benefit the company. And of course, now we are living and benefiting from all of those efforts. And so successful teams have consistent high-level communication. Finally, the fifth one is commitment. Now, the commitment is seen all throughout the four elements that we just talked about: the connection, the community, the cohesion, and the communication. And all of that comes from a level of commitment. Once again, the five elements: connection, community, cohesion, communication, and commitment. When you have those five elements in your team, you have a pretty good team. So leaders, think about whether or not those five elements are exhibited in your teams. And if they're not, I would encourage you to cultivate them, because you will definitely have a more successful team when they are cultivated. Well, I will see you guys on the next video. If we can provide more information for you, please contact us at CatapultConsultingGroup.com. See you on the next video. Bye.